boy. The pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses fallen. It's you, must go and I must buy.
I was at school, I heard of you, but I never knew the price you paid.
My subject is war, the pity of war. Words said by an unknown poet. Silenced by a bullet, his words continue to speak to every generation. Words of anger, loss, truth, and pity. The poetry is in the pity. The poetry of Wilfred Owen.
We lived in my father's huge house. But when he died, it seems he was a man of straw, deep in debt.
Fire in your imagination, all those years of broken head.
I could tell early on that Wilfred had his heart set on a life devoted to poetry.
You feel part of a different class, and those round here, the down and outs. Everybody's equal at the end of the week. It's dirty washing results to meet. It's not what you used to.
Fighting for king and country was seen as a noble duty. And though some spoke out about the senseless nature of the slaughter, the great mass of able-bodied young men were carried along in a surging wave of war propaganda.
In the front line, the noise never stopped. The yelling, the screaming, the shouting and the crying. So suck it all sweet on a Saturday night. But us Scots just sang as loud as we could, singing for our lives.
I will rest in peace until you come to me.
I knew whether asleep or awake, in the midst of dream, or in the cold, harsh light of reality, his poetic soul would be constantly haunted by these memories, images and thoughts, the dying boys he cradled in his arms, just as I had once cradled him.
In the grand scheme of the troubles in Ireland at that time, the Bangor 1981 bomb was small beer, but the newspaper report, with my mother's comment at the end, was insightful. Later she told me how, when the bomb exploded and she put her hands to her head, she felt that if she took her hands away, her head would fall apart. Everything was moving slowly, and something trickled down my face. I felt my life blood drain away, she said. Dulce et decorum est. Bent double, like old beggars under sacks.
I am constantly haunted by the image of Wilfred, caught in the horror of the trenches. I tried to push it from my mind, but it's impossible.
The chance you took, there's no way out of it.
Shell shock. their convulsing limbs to stop. Enough.
I cannot remember that we ever discussed or compared active service experiences, but we were, both of us, working steadily and at intervals submitted the results to each other. Gas. Gas! Quick, boys! An ecstasy of fumbling, fitting the clumsy helmets just in time, but someone still was yelling out and stumbling and floundering like a man in fire or lime. My friend, you would not tell with such high zest to children ardent for some desperate glory the old lie. Dulce et decorum est, pro patria mori.
To see Prince Sassoon was writing this poem. You know, I knew a simple soldier boy who grinned at life in empty joy, slept soundly through the lonesome dark and whistled early with the lark. But in winter trenches, cowed and glum, with crumbs and lice and lack of rum, he put a bullet through his brain, and no one spoke of him again.
Upstairs in bed, I lay awake until the soft rhythm of their voices sent me to sleep. I dreamt of them as children, playing soldiers in the garden and pretending to be dead. I woke with a start. What clay carved this man from my poet boy?
It's early in the morning, the grey November light. Men are up and getting ready, rifles, bayonets fitted tight.
I am certain you could not be visited by a band of friends half as fine as surround us here. There is no danger down here, or if any, it will be well over before you read these lines.
At home, whispering fields unsung. Think how it wakes the seeds. What one was it for this?
The deathly whisper of a bullet broke the morning silence and shattered my world forever.
I will fight for you, lay my whole life down. I will die for you, lay my
This is not about heroes. English poetry is not yet fit to speak of them. Nor is it about deeds or lands, nor anything about glory, honour, might, majesty, dominion or power, except war.